Hello friends, welcome to my channel Textile Gyan. I am Prakash Kude, Assistant Professor in Yamil Textile Engineering College, Pilwada, Rajasthan. In my last video, we had talked about the working principle of your Bartlett let-up motion without beam pillar arrangement. And in this lecture, we will basically cover the working principle of Bartlett let-up motion with beam pillar arrangement. So we'll see the construction of your beam filler arrangement in the Bartlett let-up motion. So this figure shows these Bartlett let-up motions which has been basically used in the automatic looms. It has been seen that in this first part of the figure there has been three parts of this figure, one here, second and third one. So in first part of figure, if you see the warp sheet, this is the warp sheet which is coming from your reverse beam. It is passing through the backrest. It is passing over the floating backrest C, and at the backrest there is a short swing lever D which is carrying to the backrest and is connected to a spring F. This short swing lever D, it is initially first connected with your backrest and the other end has been connected with your spring F by a collar screw E, and the bottom end of this spring is linked to a connecting rod G. This is your connecting rod G, and to the two collars H at the bottom. And the collar in the pawl that has its one end, at one end there is a collar I and projection G, and J which is ultimately connected with your sleigh sword. If you seen in my last video that the backrest, that this mechanism getting the drive from your sleigh sword, and from sleigh sword there is a draw hook which is connected with your pawl lever. The similar arrangement has been here. This projection J, it is ultimately which is in turns connected with your sleigh sword, and the pawl lever, this is your pawl lever which carries the, here if you see here there is a pawl which is resting on your ratchet cam, and through this ratchet there is a short connecting rod is there, on which there is a worm is there, and worm is ultimately driving the worm wheel, and worm wheel the drive goes to the beam pinion, and beam pinion to the beam wheel, which ultimately giving the drive to the reverse beam. This is the ultimate driving arrangement for your beam to rotate. So in second part of the figure, if you see here, there is a beam filler which is ultimately resting on your reverse beam, which will sense the position of your warp sheet in the reverse beam, and it is basically intended for your filling the warp sheet. And the filler is connected to a lever S which has a pivot T, and which is linked through a connecting rod U, and then to a elbow lever V. So this is the arrangement for your beam filler, and this elbow lever V in turns connected with your spring loaded lever F. And in third part of the figure, if you see here, there is a arrangement of your ratchet wheel, pawl and pawl lever. Now we'll see the working of your beam filler arrangement in Bartlett let-up motion. The first part in this is your tension control. How the tension has been controlled, warp sheet tension has been controlled in this mechanism. The first, the screw collar E on the spring loaded lever F is adjusted when the loom is started with the beam pull. Initially, when beam is at the full stage, we need to adjust this collar, screwed collar on this spring loaded lever. As the warp has been consumed in this fabric during the fabric manufacturing, and the quantity of your warp in the beam has been gradually reduces as beam has been has been exhausted during the weaving has been progresses. During that period, this floating backrace has been lowered down by the warp sheet. As the tension has been increases when beam has been exhausted or has been reduces, beam diameter has been reduces. During that period, the tension on your backrace has been increased. So during that period, the backrace has been moved lower down, and this due to that the spring loaded lever is in turns moves its pivots and in the anti-clockwise directions, and this turns moves this connecting rod and this elbow lever in anti-clockwise directions. So when backrace has been moving downward during that period, this spring loaded lever has been moving about its pivot in anti-clockwise direction. Due to this, there is a connecting rod and elbow lever that will also turns in the anti-clockwise directions. So in case of your beam driving mechanism, we'll see as the sleigh is moving forward, as sleigh moves forward, this pawl lever is moves in right direction due to its projection in the sleigh. As this projection is connected with the sleigh sword, so due to that, as sleigh has been moving to the right hand direction, forward direction, due to that this pawl lever is also moves in right hand direction, and this position of this pawl, which is mainly acted upon this projection, is governed by the position of your backrest through the collar H and the connecting rod G. So ultimately this position of your pawl lever, which is mainly acted upon this projection, is governed by the position of your backrest through the collar H and the connecting rod G. As warp beam views down, the backrest will move downward, and due to that the rod which is carrying this collar E, which also moves in right direction, due to that this connecting rod moves this pawl lever in left hand directions or towards the left. Due to this collar's I is closer to the projection J, and due to that the movement of your pawl lever will be increases, and increase of your movement of pawl lever will causes the increased rotation of your ratchet wheel, and this in turns gives the more rotation to the worm, and through the worm drive goes to worm wheel, then beam pinion, beam wheel, and to the weaver's beam. So when tension on this warp sheet has been increased during that period, your backrace has been moved downward. Due to this spring loaded lever is moving to the right hand direction, or it will, due to that this connecting rod will move in, due to this connecting rod this pawl lever is moving to the left hand side. So as it is moving to the left hand side, this collar I will comes near to this projection. Due to this, the maximum movement which is coming through the sleigh sword has been given to the pawl lever, and due to that pawl will ultimately gives the more throw on your ratchet wheel. Due to that, there is a movement of your rotation of your weaver's beam has been taken place. So ultimately through the sleigh sword, your regular constant rotation of your weaver beams has been taken place, but when there is an increase in your warp tension during that period, we need to increase this projection through by nearing this collar I to the projection J, so that the throw which is coming from the sleigh that will becomes more, and due to that this pawl lever gives the more throw, and due to that the pawl giving the maximum rotation to the ratchet, and through this worm and worm arrangement your weaver's beam has been rotated fastly as compared to the regular movement which is coming through the slave sword. So this action will continue till your beam has been exhausted. So in this case, ultimately your beam filler has been sensing the position of your warp sheet. If it has been exhausted or if it has been reduced during that period, the connection has been comes to the connecting rod to the elbow lever. So due to that, the movement of this spring lever will changes, and that will ultimately change the movement of rotation of your throw of your pawl lever. Due to that, the pawl will gives the throw to the ratchet, and from the ratchet the drive goes to the worm arrangement to the weaver's beam. The similar mechanism we have seen in our lab also, that is Roper Bartlett of motion, where the main ultimate drive comes to your slave sword. On the slave sword we have the bracket, and this bracket we have the draw hook which is connected there. On this draw hook we have the horizontal rod through which there is a anti-friction bowl or bowl has been there, which is ultimately when slave is moving to and fro, this draw hook also moves to and fro. Due to this, horizontal rod is also moving to and fro. And here we have the pendulum lever arrangement or V bracket. This will strike, and at the other end of this pendulum lever there is another connecting lever which is connected with your pawl lever, and pawl is giving the drive to the pawl lever, giving the ultimately striking the throw to the pawl, and in turns the ratchet wheel has been getting the drive, and from ratchet wheel worm it gets the drive to the worm, and worm to worm wheel, and worm wheel to beam pinion to the beam wheel. So ultimately your weaver's beam has been rotated. So in this mechanism, the initially, if you see how the beam filler has been acted here, the beam filler has been raised on your weaver's beam, which ultimately connected with your deadweight arrangement. So initially the position of this V bracket or pendulum lever, if you see, this is at the upwardmost position. So during that period, the throw which is coming from draw hook to this pendulum lever or V rod is very less. So during that period, the pawl lever is getting the shortest throw. So due to that, the pawl is moving the ratchet very small amount, and as the beam has been exhausted, this pendulum lever is going downward. So during that time, the throw which is coming through this draw hook to this anti-friction bowl, the anti-friction bowl will strike at the maximum part of that V lever. Due to that, the striking area will be increases. Due to that, the throw to the pawl lever has been increases, and in turns the pawl has giving the maximum drive to the ratchet wheel. तो बेसिकली इस मैकेनिज्म में हमने जो देखा था, जो ड्राइव आ रहा था स्ले से आ रहा था, और स्ले के ऊपर हमारा एक ब्रैकेट के थ्रू एक कनेक्टिंग रॉड जा रहा था. कनेक्टिंग रॉड को हम यहाँ पे ड्रॉ हुक बोल रहे हैं, एंड ड्रॉ हुक के कनेक्टिंग रॉड के ऊपर और एक हमारा हॉरिजॉन्टल रॉड लगा था, जिसके ऊपर हमने देखा था कि एक एंटी फ्रिक्शन बाउल था. उस एंटी फ्रिक्शन बाउल का कनेक्शन यहाँ पे एक वी टाइप और पेंडुलम लीवर जो है उसके ऊपर था. और ये जो तुम्हारा पेंडुलम लीवर की जो पोजीशन है और वी टाइप रॉड की जो कंडीशन है, दैट विल बी डिपेंड अपॉन योर पोजीशन ऑफ योर बीम फिलर ऑन योर वीवर्स बीम. तो जैसे इनिशियली इसकी जो पोजीशन रहेगी वो अपवर्ड मोस्ट पोजीशन रहेगी, जहाँ पे तुम्हारा बीम एकदम हाईएस्ट बीम जब फुल होगा. जैसे जैसे बीम की पोजीशन बीम एग्जॉस्ट होता जाएगा, कम होता जाएगा, रिड्यूस हो जाएगी उसकी डायमीटर, वैसे वैसे इस पेंडुलम लीवर की जो पोजीशन है वो नीचे डाउनवर्ड होती जाएगी. सो ड्यू टू दैट जो थ्रो जो मिल रहा है थ्रू दिस एंटी फ्रिक्शन बाउल टू दिस pawl lever, that will be increases in your continuous motion of your loop. So ultimately beam filler is ultimately giving the sensing the amount of warp which has been present on your weaver's beam. तो उसके थ्रू क्या हो रहा है, इसकी पोजीशन चेंज होगी, इसके थ्रू जो थ्रो आ रहा है वो इंक्रीज होगा जैसे जैसे बीम तुम्हारा एग्जॉस्ट होता जाएगा, सो दैट वीवर्स बीम का रोटेशन बढ़े। तो जैसे ये डाउन होता जाएगा इसका थ्रो बढ़ेगा, इसके थ्रू जो कनेक्टिंग रॉड लगा के पॉल लीवर का जो कनेक्शन आ रहा था वो क्या होगा, जैसे जैसे बीम एग्जॉस्ट होता जाएगा वो ज़्यादा मिलेगा, उसके थ्रू पॉल जो करेगा रैचेट व्हील के तीत को ज़्यादा मूवमेंट देगा। ड्यू टू दैट वर्म व्हील को मैक्सिमम रोटेशन मिलके बीम जो होगा बीम मैक्सिमम रोटेट करेगा, क्योंकि एट पर्टिकुलर पोजिशंस जो पोजीशन तुम्हारे पेंडुलम लीवर की वो फिक्स रहेगी। इनिशियल जब भी अभी कोई बीम की जो रेस्ट पोजीशन है, अभी सपोज फुल है, उस पोजीशन में जो रेगुलर मूवमेंट आ रही है बीम को रोटेशन का, दैट इज कमिंग थ्रू दी स्लेस वार्ड। बट इन सर्टन केस जैसे जैसे तुम्हारा बीम डायमीटर कम हो रहा है उस पीरियड में इस बीम का रोटेशन हमारा इंक्रीज करना है, उसका काम यहाँ पे पेंडुलम लीवर की जो पोजीशन है वो चेंज होगी थ्रू दी बीम पिलर। नेक्स्ट इज योर, हम जो बोल रहे हैं सेमी पॉजिटिव में जो बैकरेस्ट जो काम कर रहा है यहाँ पे क्या हो रही है, ये बैकरेस्ट है, दैट विल जो भी वार्प शीट आ रही है दैट इज कमिंग थ्रू द बैकरेस्ट। तो बैकरेस्ट इज अल्टीमेटली सेंसिंग द टेंशन इन योर वार्प शीट। तो जैसे बैकरेस्ट के ऊपर टेंशन आएगा, वार्प शीट के ऊपर टेंशन आएगा तो बैकरेस्ट क्या होगी, डाउनवर्ड मूव होगी। ड्यू टू दिस शाफ्ट एंड द स्प्रिंग लीवर अरेंजमेंट, यहाँ पे जो थ्रो आ रहा था पेंडुलम लीवर का जो पॉल को वो क्या होगा, थोड़ा इंक्रीज होगा इफ देर इज इंक्रीज इन योर टेंशन। सो एट दैट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट योर पॉल लीवर इज गिविंग द मैक्सिमम थ्रू दी रैचेट व्हील थ्रू दी पॉल। तो ये उस पर्टिकुलर केस में कोई भी रेस्ट पोजीशन अगर पकड़ोगे बीम के, अभी इस पोजीशन पे अगर रनिंग है उस पोजीशन पे अगर सटल केस में हमारा वार्प शीट के ऊपर टेंशन बढ़ता है तो उस पीरियड का जो सेंसिंग का काम कर रहा है तुम्हारा बैकरेस्ट कर रहा है। तो बैकरेस्ट यहाँ पे डाउनवर्ड होगी, उसके थ्रू ये स्प्रिंग लीवर के थ्रू कनेक्टिंग रॉड को जाएगी और कनेक्टिंग रॉड के थ्रू पॉल लीवर को जाएगी। पॉल लीवर तुम्हारा थ्रो बढ़ा देगा और वो उस पर्टिकुलर पीरियड में तुम्हारा बीम का रोटेशंस इंक्रीज होगा। सो इन दिस लेक्चर वी हैव सीन द बार्टलेट लेट-अप मोशंस working with beam filler arrangement and the whatever the Roper and Bartlett let-up motion which has been found which has been available in our lab. So thank you so much guys for your kind attentions. Stay tuned to my channel, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to like, share and comment on this video.